Hi, my name's Tommy Baker, and today we will be talking about set design and the role it plays in the film industry. Before we begin, I want you to imagine your favorite television series or movie. Imagine the world that show or film takes place, whether it's the ship from Titanic, Omaha Beach from Saving Private Ryan, or Diagon Alley from Harry Potter. The environment plays a vital role in the director's vision by setting the tone, era, and atmosphere for every single scene. The role of a set designer is to bring the world to life from the pages of the script. The sky's the limit. A set designer begins with a blank slate, and through collaboration with the director, they build the world of the film. Set designers begin small through sketches, models, or location scouting. These artists are responsible for the backdrops, the props, the paintings, the floorings, and every visual aspect aside from the actors themselves. In order to become a set designer, you will most likely need a bachelor's degree related to set design or scenic design. Top schools include AFI, Carnegie Mellon University, and Chapman University. Post-college education is also recommended and will make it easier to find work. Salaries will range from $95,000 to $25,000 a year based on education and experience. Industry is one of the largest factors in determining salaries. Set designers that work directly for movie studios average $77,000 a year, while freelance set designers average $43,000 a year. Set design has evolved through the years with the industry. When film first began, movies were silent. Instead, the action of the actors and their respective set told the story. Through time and innovation, movies evolved to have the sound and color. As technology was innovating each scene, so was the creative design for the sets. For instance, in the cabinet of Dr. Caligari, no angle is square and no wall is straight, distorting the horror world beyond reality. Color in film added a new sense of realism for the viewers. It revolutionized the industry, but also the creative process. For example, The Wizard of Oz used color, and the lack thereof, to create two separate worlds.
Toto, I have a feeling we're not in Kansas anymore.
As the money rolled in, producers were willing to spend more on film budget. Sets grew bigger, such as Cleopatra's Roman Forum, which cost more than $12 million to build, or Gotham City, Batman, which took up nearly all of the 95-acre backlot at Pinewood Studios. But, as sets grew larger, they also grew smaller. Miniatures were first introduced in 1902's A Trip to the Moon, and were famously used in Metropolis and King Kong. Miniatures are used to represent things that do not exist or are impossible or too expensive to film. Miniature fabrication rose to new heights in the late 1970s and 1980s in films such as Blade Runner and the Star Wars trilogy. They are still used extensively in modern works, but have mostly been replaced by CGI in recent years. Built through pixels rather than plywood, computer-generated imagery, or CGI, have utilized modern technology to create more expansive sets than ever before. The use of CGI was first introduced in the 1970s, but was very pixelated and looked fake to the viewer. It wasn't until 1993's Jurassic World that the first photorealistic effects were created. This revolutionized the film industry and their sets. Soon, nearly all projects incorporated digital backgrounds. Worlds were built in revolutionary ways, such as the Lego Movie, which was built entirely within Lego's digital designer. But ultimately, green screens became the most common method. Chroma keys allowed film to instantly place actors in any world and refine that world to perfection in post-production. They are very easy to use. I'm even using one right now. They can also lead to endless solutions. Through all the possibilities provided, green screens also made it difficult for actors to remain in character.
It's hard because you take your attention off of the dialogue and sometimes off of what you're doing and just trying to remember, I've got so many different marks and I wave my hand here and that moves there and that's really supposed to be, a she and he's supposed to be something else and that's an alien. You've got so many more variables to play with that's distracting and sometimes lose your place.
The use of back projecting also led to lighting issues. Light could not be cast directly on actors since the world had not yet been built. In addition, anything shiny or reflective needed to be digitally altered in post-production to remove the green or blue screen elements.
Your moment to shine. Except you reflect also the crew and the camera and everything else on the Mars. This is the moment where we bite the bullet. We go for shiny and we do it. And we'll let John fix it.
In an effort to reduce this problem, producers opted to use a front projection on an all-encompassing screen. This way, light can be diffused since it is coming directly from the screen, and any unintended reflections will match the correct background instantly. Although film sets have evolved greatly, they have also remained the same. Set designers build the world of the film to enhance the story and the experience for the viewer. The technology behind the sets have changed, but the principle of the career still remains the same. Set designers are essential to the film industry and will continue to evolve with the technology behind each set.